Shalom and good day all, this is the Healing29 back again for some indie comic reviews, and in this indie comic review I'll be covering a facsimile edition of Betty and Me number 1 or issue 1, followed by Gatchaman issue 16. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one I'll be reviewing. So, moving into first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? In some essence it sort of does, but I do give the cover a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise within the comic, along with what's happening with the characters in the comic. So as the story begins, we catch up with Betty, Veronica, of course Archie himself, and I must admit, considering how old this art is, you can certainly tell it's almost a bit of something of a bit of a bygone era, but that's neither here or there. It is actually quite fun. It is quite enjoyable. Now, as we start to jump towards the middle, there's been like a number of stories. So we've got like some big stories followed by some smaller stories that are happening throughout this. And of course, the very short stories. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating, to which consists of the categories of time, location, and cast. Starting off with first things first, in relation to the area of time, we got nothing in relation to time. Next is the location. Now, I had to remember the location myself where this is taking place, and yes, it is Riverdale. So that became a big reminder for myself. Last but not least, the main sort of key cast of characters that played a part in this were Archie, Betty, Veronica, and also Jughead that also made an appearance. I really did enjoy this, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. I highly recommend checking out these facsimile editions. So, as we move on to the next comic, that is Gatchaman issue 16, and of course we have the character of Galacta on the cover, but do we actually get to see the character of Galacta in the story? In some essence you sort of do, but we'll worry about that when we get to that. So for the cover rating, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with the scientific ninja team, as this time that they are in the equivalent of what would be like the snowy Alps type area. And of course, they're making preparations for something that they've been asked to do. As we draw towards the middle of the story, we also get the reappearance of someone by the name of Tiger, and we do get a little bit of interaction with the character, so she may have actually, or they may have found a bit of a love interest for her. As we move towards the end of the story, we do find out that Galactor is actually behind some certain things that are happening in the area. Alright, for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating. Now, considering how far we are issue-wise, were there any comic book references to any of the previous issues that might be important to this story? And the answer is no. Next is the area of time, to which we have earlier and later being used within the story. Later, we also have the location, to which we have the mantle, which is at a facility, which is codename Mantle N. And of course there was a bit of a village. We didn't quite get the name of the village though, which is a bit of a bummer. Next is the cast of characters in the beginning. So the first page we sort of see Junpei, then followed by the rest of the members that make up the scientific ninja team. We get to see Kira and Tiger, and of course Galactor. I did sort of suspect, I was wondering if the Blackbirds were going to make a bit of a reappearance in this one. Surprisingly, they didn't, but that's okay. They might actually show up within the next upcoming issues. But my overall rating for this story is a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.